over the past few weeks, you've been hearing the campaign about if you're wanting to quit smoking, if you're wanting to lose weight, well, you can with hypnotist Romaine. And he, in fact, actually is joining us here on the program today. He's joining us by phone. Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us here today about this remarkable, it's just been hugely successful for a lot of people when it comes to them wanting to stop smoking and losing weight.
That's true. I've been doing hypnosis now for over 50 years, and I'll tell you an interesting story or two. Back in the early 50s, hypnotism was so scary to people that when a doctor practiced hypnosis, he did it secretly because he thought he'd lose his license. But today, thousands of physicians, psychologists, other hypnotists, lay hypnotists, they help people. For example, a doctor in Ireland hypnotized over 4,000 people for surgeries without anesthetic, both major and minor surgeries. Even 2 heart operations have taken place with no anesthetic, just hypnosis. Anesthetic will kill some people, so you have to use something else. Myself, I've seen people come to my Stop Smoking seminar, for example, and say, I dumped cocaine, I stopped nail biting, I lost weight, and I never even said anything about that. It's just because of the deep relaxation, and they've gained self-control. They don't lose control in hypnosis, they gain control. I've had people lose 180 pounds, 200 pounds, just a few pounds if that's all they needed to lose. I've had 4 and 5 pack a day smokers quit. I had one guy in Nova Scotia quit. He was spending $40 a day on cigarettes. Wow. I've had people come in there with oxygen tanks and quit smoking.
Your campaign and your method, I guess, of people stop smoking and losing weight is probably one of the biggest in the country.
I'll tell you why it's so successful. The nicotine patch and the nicotine gum don't work for most people. Check the internet. I did for an hour. I couldn't find a success rate higher than 7 to 12%. And now in our seminars, they're based upon a study made in the United States by the Surgeon General, the top physician. They studied 700 stop smoking programs to find out which would be the most successful. And guess what happened? The conclusion was you need a multiple method approach because we're all unique. We're all different. So I combined all the best stop smoking methods that I've been studying since the 1960s and talked to thousands of people who've been to my seminars, found out what works. We teach them how to stop smoking without hypnotism, and then we pile the hypnotism on top of that and how to do anything but succeed. If you do a little bit of following some instructions, so easy a child can follow, someone who's sincere to stop smoking, they will stop. I've even had people walk in the seminar, said, my wife sent me here with this free ticket, and I don't really want to be here, and I quit too. So if you're sincere and you just pay attention to me, I'm the driver. I hold the wheel, the steering wheel. You just sit back in the car, close your eyes, and I take you on a dreamy journey, and then all of a sudden you get self-control. You feel more relaxed. Every night I say to the hundreds of people at a seminar, how many of you notice pains and aches have disappeared during this hypnosis? And all kinds of hands go up. Amazing.
And it is. It's quite remarkable. You read some of the amazing testimonials that you have on your webpage. It's just quite interesting to see how people, and like you said, people who didn't plan on going, they kind of get, dragged by maybe by their spouse.
Wally,
been successful.
You're a good man to research this because that's very true, and I encourage your listeners to read some of those 100 testimonials on there and get excited because a positive mood is important. I'll tell you something about positive thinking. I know a fellow very closely. He's a very big businessman. He had a big business, took him 35, 40 years to develop. He sold it for maybe 60, 100 million, I don't know. But one day he hops on the plane and he says, I'm going to distribute $1 million to my employees. And he takes all these checks for 10,000 to 100,000, comes up to one employee and doesn't say anything yet. And the employee starts yelling at him. He says, why did you sell the business? What's the matter with you? And he just listened to this fellow, everything he's upsetting him. So this fellow just kept his check. He didn't tell him he had 10,000 for him, and he lost 10,000 by a bad attitude.
We are chatting today with hypnotist Vance Romaine. Probably one of the most popular hypnotists when it comes to people wanting to stop smoking and losing weight. Now, that's also been another successful campaign for people as well when it comes to your seminars is the weight loss.
Yes, we've helped a lot of people, and I've had many people say to me, "You saved my life," both the smokers and the weight problems. And, that's why I do these seminars. It gives me excitement and passion because they tell me of all the great results. At the end of the seminar, they come up and thank me and shake my hand, and that's why I do it. And isn't that what gives us great joy in life, to help other people? That's what life is all about. But the first thing to help anybody is you've got to help yourself. You've got to get good exercise, good food, and control stress. And when you're in top shape, you can have more love and help to give to other people.
Now, for the folks out there, you just had a seminar yesterday out in Edmonton.
Yes.
But if they had missed that, there's other ways that they actually could still take part.
I'm 66, and I'm semi-retired now, and so I'm doing less seminars. I used to do up to 20, 30 seminars a month.
Wow.
But this month I'm only doing 3 seminars because I'm semi-retired. And, again, taking time to look after my own health and to enjoy life, a little bit of travel and so on. I've worked hard all my life. But people can get the same benefits. This is something you really have to rattle people's heads because they seem to have this strange misconception or fallacy that they need a hypnotist face-to-face. Not at all. These recordings have helped thousands of people. We sell them every day through mail order all over the world. And if people want to lose weight or stop smoking or control stress or improve their memory or something else, we've got maybe 100 different titles on the website there that they can use and get some benefit. If something's been bothering you for years, why put up with that? I've had people play my Stop Drinking recording and quit drinking in one playing. But we do recommend that you use it more than once to refresh it and reinforce it in the mind. Remember when you went to school, the teacher said, study this poem, read it several times, and if a student comes up and he says, I know it, teach, and the teacher says, well, read it 20 more times, and then you'll really know it and be part of you. And that's why we tell people to reinforce hypnosis. Even if they come to the seminar, we suggest you use these recordings to get hypnotized another week or two, and if you're a stressed out person, maybe a month, and just lock it in there so stress is not going to make you go back to smoking, cockiness won't make you go back to smoking, drinking won't make you go back to smoking. Those are the 3 areas that cause people to go back if they haven't controlled them. But I handle all these things with the people. It's a very comprehensive seminar, whether it's live or in home, on a CD or a download. And they can do all of this and get all the benefits of more money, easier breathing, smell fresh and clean, all these good things, more energy, feel proud of themselves.
That's absolutely amazing. Now, like you said, there are different varieties of discs available on your webpage and even downloads, like you had mentioned. If people just want to get it right now, they could also purchase the download.
That's right. Same day we deliver when it's a download. And if they mention the call letters, your fine station, we'll give them a good discount. The 30% discount, I believe, is on anything on the website pretty much.
That is absolutely right. If they, CFWE, if they give mention to that, they will be able to also save themselves a little bit of money there as well. Now, your event that you had yesterday in Edmonton, like always, again, you had a full house.
Pretty much. It was full house. We had 4,000 square feet there, and they were laying on the floor. They were sitting in chairs, back against the wall. It was pretty full. Every time I think I've been to the Fantasyland Hotel about 25 times, and it fills up pretty much every night.
If they missed that there yesterday, all the information available at your website. It's vanceromaine.com. And again, if they give mention to CFWE, they'll be able to get themselves a discount there. And it's always wonderful. I'm sure you probably feel completely satisfied when you get people coming back to your shows to tell you
when they
how
come
it worked
back,
for them.
They're usually coming back to give moral support to a friend. But to you have them come back and tell me the great things that have happened, that's wonderful too. I really enjoy that. But the testimonials they send me, and I really encourage people to take a look at these on the website. Look at my blog. You'll learn all about the mind and hypnosis and how it works. Take a look at my website and see all the pictures of me doing hypnosis at age 15. I'm 66 now.
Wow.
And you'll see an incredible amount of information there. It'll be entertaining. There's videos on there, all kinds of different things. And I really encourage people, try to educate the public and inform the public on how they can use that other 90% of their subconscious mind.
Well, again, people could also get some free tips as well. And, like you said, if people are a little hesitant, always nice to read and find out about yourself. And
well, thanks for reminding me, Wally. Yes, we have 10 tips on there for stress control, 10 tips for weight control, and 10 tips for stopping smoking. And that might even be enough to help some of your good folks in your listening audience there.
Well, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us this morning. We're just about out of time here. But again, people could always get the CDs and DVDs. Like you said, they don't need to have a hypnotist right there in person in order for this to be successful for them.
Not at all. Not at all. And I thank you, too, for taking time to call me. Really appreciate the opportunity to educate people on the powers of the mind.
All right. Well, Vance Romaine with us on the program this morning. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to speak with you. Vance Romaine, or Vance,
likewise.
Romaine.com is your website where they could get all the information.
That's right. Or they can just put in Romaine, R-O-M-A-N-E, hypnotist, and I'll come up all over the web for them.
You have yourself a wonderful day.
You as well, and your listeners as well. Thanks so much.
Mr. Vance Romaine on CFWE. Had a wonderful chat there. Again, go to his website. There's all types of other information that is available there on stopping smoking and losing weight. And there's also the tips. There's also some stress control tips. If stress is part of your everyday life, it will help out a lot.